it's funny because, like I mentioned in the episode review for episode 18, that yesterday posted a video about Fatima and Paul and their dynamic being very similar to the dynamic between Karen and Aaron, but the main difference being that Fatima and Paul, they're pretty upfront about their intentions. Like, Fatima's like, I need somebody to be there for me. I need like a friend. But then Paul is like, well, you can use me, but just know I want to freak you. So, it's just one of those things where she knows the sexual tension is there. She's literally playing with temptation. That's literally what it was. But with Karen, it's like using Aaron in the meanwhile, or in the meantime, until Zach gets himself together. So it's one of those situations where you can definitely tell, and I know I got flack on Twitter, but Fatima was literally acting like Karen. But then on the flip side, you got Angela and the dynamic with Bryce being pretty much beat for beat Danny and Preston, because I think Angela was completely out of line for the way she was acting towards Bryce in episode 18. And if you've been following my videos, I haven't been, too fond of Bryce based on his actions in this season. But really, I wanted to focus on the fact that just like Danny, and you got Angela just sleeping with whoever she wants, and she's like like a horse with Sam. And then, of course, the guy that she met at Club Eaton earlier in the season. So she's been banging a bunch of dudes, running up and, down through the house. Yet, Bryce decides, you know what? I'm going to go on one of these apps. An app for freaky people like me. And go out to a lunch date. But Angela can't have that. Who's that? What are you doing here? Aren't you going to introduce us? This the same chick. No, Bryce, I know because Bryce like, so, we could still be friends, right? No, I changed my mind. We can hang out. No, we can talk. Bryce, I think you need to go. So Angela could just treat Bryce however, tell him they're done, basically keep him at arm's length, so to speak. But in the meantime, and, suggest he go to therapy and whatnot. So I guess it's one of those things where Angela feels like, well, you know what? Until Bryce gets those kinks and fetishes, the things that I'm not into, once he gets those things sorted out, then I'll give him another chance. But in the meantime, I'm just going to sleep with whoever. Yet Bryce, him going on a lunch date is warranting interrogation. Like, you need to vet him or any girl that he interacts with. No, Angela, it doesn't work that way. And it's crazy to me because Fatima was the one that, spotted him from the windows in the office she was working in. What's Bryce doing here? Oh, girl, you need to check him. Or, you need to straighten that out. It's like, no. Fatima, Angela don't need to do nothing but sit down and mind her business. Because anytime Bryce showed up to the house, there was usually a guy leaving, just like with Preston showing up at the apartment unannounced, and Danny would have El Fuego or the dude from the bar, the bartender or whatever. Yet, no, it's just, no. And like I said, it just, it drives me wild to think that I'm over here defending Bryce, but it's like, no, I got to call it as I see it, and Angela is completely wrong. Completely wrong. You chose to kick Bryce to the curb and sleep with all these other men. No. All right, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Angela and, the way she was feeling about Bryce going out with Lacey. Let's talk about it in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.